John chapter 12. Then, 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, who had been dead, whom he had raised from the dead. There they made a supper, and Martha served. But Lazarus was one of those who sat at the table with them. Then Mary took a pound of very costly oil of spikenard, anointed the feet of Jesus, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the oil. But one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, who would betray him, said, "Why was this fragrant oil not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor?" This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief, and had the money box, and he used to take what was put in it. But Jesus said, "Let her alone. She has kept this for the day of my burial. For the poor you have with you always, but me you do not have always."
How would you prepare Jesus to die?
So check this out. In John chapter 12, starting verse 3, it really talks about this, where Mary she feels called to wash and anoint Jesus' feet with oil, wash his feet with her hair. It's a huge sign of showing humility, getting down and washing his feet. It was serving him. It involved her. She was required to sit at his feet to do this. And now for you and for me, this is what we're called to do, is sit at Jesus' feet, to serve the people he has put around us as we're sitting at his feet, praising him, learning from him, spending time with him. I sure love you guys.
Why did this oil stink up the house?
Check this out. In John chapter 12, verse 3, at the end of the verse, it says that the fragrance of the oil filled up the entire house. So many times the oil is referring to the Holy Spirit. And what seems to be happening here is as Mary was sitting at Jesus' feet, she was serving him. She was worshiping at his feet. That the Holy Spirit was filling this house, that God was alive and moving. And so for you and for me, we're called to do the same thing. Sit at Jesus' feet, enjoy spending time with him, and watch what he starts doing all around us. I sure love you guys.